And I can't tell you how many times I've been queued into Stasha as a Reaper and just stood at the beginning of the dungeon looking at all the grayed out abilities like,
I have no idea how to breathe.
how's it going, Warriors? I'm Myth, the Lalafell that likes pina coladas and getting caught in the rain, and today we are back for what is effectively a part 2, but not really. You see, Tuesday's video, 5 things I hate about Final Fantasy XIV Dawntrail, was actually supposed to be 10 things, but the video was 20 minutes long, and I like to keep all my videos shorter than me. Or at the very least, not have them last longer than the average YouTube and chill session that occur with me in the background. It's disturbing that you admitted this shit. But don't worry, I got you, bro. Here, hope this helps. With that being said, Final Fantasy XIV is one of my all-time favorite games, and Dawntrail is bringing a ton of exciting new content that keeps us all hooked. But like any major expansion, it's not without its flaws. Whether you're a seasoned warrior light or just starting your journey, you've probably noticed some weird flaws, design decisions, and certain things that have largely been ignored that almost seem like a priority at this point. Well, I have too, and as a Lalafell, I'm more than capable of standing on the shoulders of giants with a knife to trim them down to size.
Balance must be maintained.
And be sure to stick around till the end because I also want to hear your thoughts. Oh, and to the especially brave being who said my last video was a little tame, well, darling, that's because it was actually 10 to 5. Now it's time for the real 5 to 1. So on your knees, Dawntrail, you sexy little summer vacation. Keep your hair tied, your hands behind your back, and listen closely.
Here is 5 more things I hate about you.
5. The res tax. Oh, the resurrection tax in Final Fantasy XIV. Don't even get me started. Picture this. You're in the heat of battle, meticulously weaving your rotations, dodging AoEs like you're in some kind of bullet hell game, and BAM! Tanks down, healers are panicking, the group is screaming in chat, raise the tank, raise the tank. And who did they look at? The summoner or the red mage, of course. So you heroically swoop in, casting that life-saving spell, only to watch your DPS plummet faster than Pyromancer's reputation in the Final Fantasy XIV community. Where's the justice in that? And oh, your swift caster's on cooldown too? Why didn't you save it in case of a res? Well, gee, I don't know, Dave. Maybe I don't think being the third choice instant res meant I had to save a soon-to-be 40-second cooldown for the entire fight, Dave.
Don't cry, don't cry, don't cry, don't cry.
And the worst part? The ungrateful party members who dare to criticize you after you've resurrected half the team. Red mage, your DPS is a bit low. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize my primary job was to babysit a bunch of bleach-addicted floor taste testing Jerrys. Maybe if you all spent less time taking more boss loads to the face than Riley Reid, I could focus on, I don't know, actually dealing damage. Honestly, this resurrection tax feels like a punishment for being competent and altruistic. We're not asking for much, just a little recognition that stopping to res someone in the middle of a high-octane fight is not only a self-assault, but also a massive sacrifice in terms of personal DPS. We're the unsung heroes. And what do we get? A slap on the wrist and a spot on the bottom of the ACT. Someone's inevitably running because let's face it, every static has that one player whose entire personality is a promo for the fucking thing. And since I got criticized my last video for not offering solutions, here is mine, and it's fucking radical. Either remove them, or how about rewarding summoners and red mages for their acts of valor instead of penalizing them? Give us a temporary buff for every res we pull off to catch up. Something to say, hey, thanks for saving the party, now go kick some ass. Because right now, it feels like we're the only ones paying the price for everyone else's mistakes. I realise a large portion of this problem comes down to the fact that 99% of the people who use damage meters don't understand the ins and outs of what the info means, which is a stat I just made up, and yet you all fucking know it's true. But it is a problem, and most certainly a problem in PR. But I digress. Until then, if you need a res, don't forget to send a thank you note, and maybe dodge a few AoEs like Desperius dodges accusations of stolen content. I need one like for every red mage and summoner out there suffering in silence.
In the arms of the angels, fly away.
4. Secondary stats. The secondary stats in Final Fantasy XIV infuriate me. It's like someone decided that excitement and joy were too mainstream for us hard-working warriors alike. How am I supposed to feel like any of this is meaningful when my DPS, HPS, or general don't fuck with me PS is determined by a fraction of a decimal point increase? I'm glad you got rid of accuracy, but I really hate the fact you didn't do the same for skill and spell speed. I hate two things when it comes to stats. Mandatory ones, like accuracy was, and stats that can accidentally break your job. Skill speed and spell speed are fun on certain jobs when you reach those breakpoints and start going at it with a hit speed that would guarantee Stormy Daniels would never ask for hush money. Critical hit, direct hit, determination, tenacity, piety. What a yawn-inducing lineup. It's like going to a carnival and find out all the rides are just slightly different shades of beige. But it's often forced on you in Final Fantasy XIV's extremely limited gearing system. And the fact that you can accidentally cross a breakpoint with a gear upgrade and have it essentially fuck with your job feel is not okay on a scale of 1 to not fucking okay. But we offer solutions here at me writing this script, so here goes. You don't outright remove skill and spell speed. Remove it from the base gear and introduce it as a materia-only stat alongside a bunch of new impactful stats that are also materia-only. Reduce the breakpoints and boom! You get arguably the worst sentence teeing up this quick promo. Now, I usually use this mid-video point to ask you to sub and join and donate, etc, etc, but there is something far more important happening this month I wanted to talk about instead. June is PTSD Awareness Month, a time dedicated to raising awareness about post-traumatic stress disorder and supporting those affected by it. PTSD can result from experiencing or witnessing traumatic events and affects millions of people worldwide. This means more to me than anything else this month as both a combat veteran who suffers with it and as a friend to way too many in my battalion that lost their battle with it. Check on people, guys. You'll be surprised how much it means sometimes when you're at your lowest and someone asks if you're okay, showing they were thinking about you. And to the sufferer, you're strong, but you're not invincible. Don't go at this alone. Share the weight that holds you down with someone. World is a better place with you in it, I promise. 3. Multiple duty finders.
Why?
Why on earth do we have now 3 separate duty finders in Final Fantasy XIV? Arguably more if you want to add the Delibram queue. Seriously, Square Enix, did you have a meeting where someone said, you know what this game needs? More inconvenience, more unnecessary actions before the real results. It's like having a different girlfriend every day of the week, even though the default setting is unenthusiastic handjob. I just want to play the game, not navigate a labyrinth of finders. Now I admit, this is a little more than the quality of life issue, but it's still annoying. Why can I queue for all the dungeons, trials, and golden saucer in one finder, all VICs in another, but if I want to do the Delibram Regina queue, or deep dungeons, I have to physically fucking go there? I would just have one duty finder to rule them all. I just don't get it. You homogenize your jobs in some cases into absolute oblivion, but you can't have a single point of contact for all the queuable content. 2. Ether currents. You're goddamn fucking right I'm talking about this again. It's my video. It's fucking dumb and it doesn't work as intended. Instead of promoting zone exploration, it turns us into compass staring zombies, shuffling around, waiting for the magical number to hit 0. Seriously, what's the point of having us collect all the currents if we still need to finish the final quest in the zone to get the last one? It's like being handed a puzzle with a grand prize of flying whilst holding back the fact that there is a missing piece that you'll give us when you feel like we've been a good enough boy or girl. Well, shut the fuck up, Daddy. Both of you will assume I have that kink, but seriously, fucking pick one. It's either mandatory and you just leave flying tied to the MSQ and remove the dumb filler, or it's optional but give us incentive to do it early, aka don't lock the last one behind the MSQ. Make exploring fun and rewarding. Not a chore, just running around the zone on our trusty combat giraffe, spamming the ether compass in much the same way a first timer spams a clitoris. Let us soar through the skies without this mind-numbing scavenger hunt that makes us feel like we're playing an elaborate prank on ourselves. Come on, Square. Let's just enjoy the view without the compass-induced headaches. Sorry, I have trauma. 1. The leveling system. The leveling experience in Final Fantasy XIV is a journey of epic proportions and not always in the most flattering sense. While the game itself is a masterpiece of MMO design with its intricate storylines, engaging gameplay and vibrant community, there are some glaring issues that can make the leveling experience feel like an arduous, sometimes infuriating trek rather than an enjoyable adventure. One of the most frustrating aspects is the level sync system. This mechanic, designed to keep the game balanced and challenging when players participate in lower level content, often feels more like a punishment than a feature. Imagine spending hours upon hours leveling up your character, painstakingly unlocking and mastering new abilities, only to enter a dungeon or a duty and have half of your skill set stripped away. It's a jarring and disheartening experience to suddenly lose access to abilities you've grown accustomed to using, forcing you to revert to a simpler, less effective playstyle. This can be especially irritating for players who enjoy the complexity and strategy involved in using their full kit. The level sync system effectively dumbs down the gameplay, turning what should be a thrilling challenge into a mundane grind. And I can't tell you how many times I've been queued into Sestasha as a Reaper and just stood at the beginning of the dungeon looking at all the grayed out abilities like,
I have no idea how to breathe.
Moreover, the sheer volume of content that new players must wade through to unlock new jobs like the much anticipated Viper, very much the poster job for the expansion and could legitimately be the reason some people buy the bloody game, is nothing short of overwhelming. Imagine if you've never touched Final Fantasy XIV before and you buy the game based on the dual-wielding badass in the trailer. Then suddenly you log in and Square slaps you with here's 400 hours of content you gotta get through on jobs you're not interested in. It's like the shoulder rub your wife expects before sex, except times 1,000. So what's my master solution? Simple. 1. Overhaul the sync system to a stat squish. Who the fuck cares if it's not perfect? It's all content and it would finally give jobs AoE abilities that don't normally get them till fucking 40. And 2. Introduce a TLDR questline that's roughly 50 hours long that's narrated by the Scion. Occasionally drops you into content and serves as a new entry point to the series for Sprouts. At the moment it's 400 fucking hours, and since Dawntrail has done nothing about it, that's about to get even bigger. MMOs need new players and I don't want to see what happens if they continue to kick this can down the road. Anyways, that's enough for me. Hope you enjoyed this secret part 2. Smash that subscribe button if you did, the like button if you double did, and join button if you'd just like to overachieve. And whilst you're being nice to me, why not click this and make your way through my content the same way my neighbours went through my ex-wife? Fucking knew she meant something else when she asked me to cook. Feel stupid learning how to make pasta now.